Have you ever wanted to be fast? In today's speech, I'll be giving you a quick run through on the speed portion of what most athletes go through called strengthening and conditioning. I'll go into the different muscle fibers required to build speed, how we can strengthen those muscle fibers, and what we should be feeding them to get them at a top tier level. First things first, you should know that there are two main muscle types in the body, fast twitch and slow twitch. Now the difference is pretty simple. Fast twitch is going to make us fast and slow twitch is going to make us run really freaking far. So now the difference, you heard the difference. So we want to focus on the fast twitch so that we're getting an explosive amount of energy, even if it's for shorter endurances. So according to Caroline Roberts in her article, Fast Twitch versus Slow Twitch, as humans, we are born with more of one muscle fiber than the other. So genetically speaking, our athleticism is kind of already made up by the time we get out the womb, but that does not mean that we cannot alter more of one muscle fiber than the other if we want to train for a certain experience. And in this time, we are talking about fast twitch. So if you are born with more slow twitch and you're just better at running miles, we can definitely work on you getting those fast twitches right so that you run a faster sprint time. In the process of making this speech, I had the chance to talk to my friend Ty, amazing athlete. He is one of the 4 people on the 4x1 team for Hopkins High School that shattered this current state record by 0.20 seconds in 2019. They still hold the record. And then he went on to compete in the 2019 New Balance Nationals in Greensboro, North Carolina, competing against the top high school teams in the country. So he is definitely a well-renowned athlete. And he also runs a 4.38 40-yard dash, which is considered NFL wide receiver speed. So him being a good athlete is kind of an understatement. And when I asked him, so what was training for speed like during the on and off season? He replied, everyday work, weight rooms, and alternating workouts hitting different muscle groups. And one thing was certain when we were talking, the main thing was consistency and hard work. So that is definitely a part of becoming faster. So while researching workouts, I came across this man, Bill Parisi's training website, trainheroic.com, pulling some workouts from the 2-time NCAA Division I track and field All-American and 1988 United States Olympic Trials qualifier runner. So let's dive into the top 3 workouts that I pulled from his website that I found very nice and I would use myself. So the number 1 is sprints. You cannot build a faster sprint and get faster trying to, build up that endurance and everything like that in your speed if you're not running. And it is a part of the process that most people do not like to do is run sprints, because running 10 sprints is kind of hard, but it is a part of the process if you want to get faster. So you definitely got to make sure that you are running and focusing on using the right form when you are running. So number 2 is the deadlift. So this is the perfect workout for sprinters, forcing you to incorporate your core strength, your lower back, glutes, and hamstrings, and can be a catalyst for tremendous strength improvements. So it's basically a full body motion workout, and it is going to work most of the muscles that you will need when running track or doing sprints or just trying to get quicker. Number 3 is the squat. So the squat will assist in developing strength in an athlete's quads, hip flexors, glutes, and hamstrings, all very important, along with developing a lot of leg strength. And both of these, the squat and the deadlift, are great for core, which is good for transfer of energy between the upper body when your arms are swinging in this motion while you're running, because they should be, that's part of the sprint form, and connecting it to your legs. So that kind of connects your whole body. So you want to make sure you're getting the legs very nice and the core very nice. It is a reoccurring theme in this speech. So if you want to get faster, maybe you should look into that. Now we are on the nutrition part. So nutrition is very important as you break down your muscle fibers while you're training, because that's what you're doing when you're training. Essentially, it's just breaking down your muscles, making little tears, and hopefully improving those tears so that they get stronger. You're going to want to make sure that you feed your body really well with the proper nutrients and things in hydration. You definitely want to stay hydrated. You just want to make sure that you're keeping your body at top tier and that your body is getting everything it needs to be happy and productive. So today I will explain my top 2 foods I deem essential to build speed. And I got this from a guy who has completed hundreds of races and racked up 60 marathons to this day, as well as the author of Top 5 Foods That Could Make You Run Faster. So I chose my top 2. Now my number 1 is oatmeal. So any athlete knows how beneficial oatmeal is. It's packed with tons of proteins and an abundance of carbs packed with fiber. So oatmeal is a really good choice if you want to keep those muscle tears growing healthy when they're growing back, and you just want to supply your body with enough energy that you can keep going on throughout the day and have a productive training session as well. And then number 2 is very important. So a major reason for tiredness during training sessions is nutrient deficiencies that a lot of people have just because we neglect a lot of things in our diet. So spinach is up there as one of the greatest superfoods around that we can get our hands on, rich in vitamins A, C, E, K, and importantly, iron. All very essential in keeping your training levels top tier. So before you go train for anything, whether it's lifting or running sprints, you definitely want to make sure that your body is at its full potential when you're in there so that you are getting the most out of your training. So be sure to make spinach an important part of your training program, as long as oatmeal, as long as you can eat both of those things in your diet. So now we have gone through the different muscle fiber types, and maybe you can even figure out which muscle fiber type that you have, because there's the two main ones. So either you're better at running miles or you're better at running sprints. So you can kind of figure that out for yourself. But either way, you have now learned ways that you can make the fast twitch fibers better, which is squats, deadlifts, sprints, a lot of stuff utilizing your core and your lower body. And then you figured out foods that you can use while you're training them to improve your training to the next level and make you the top tier athlete that you really want to be, or whatever you're working on the speed for, whether or not you just want to run for FedEx and ring the doorbell and run back, whatever you need speed for. I hope today during this speech you have learned a little bit about how to be the next Usain Bolt or even my buddy Ty. So thank you very much. Have a great day, and I hope the speed hits you.